how can I say, extensions of the ruling class, not the neutral referees. And that mindset still shapes the modern court system today. Look at how, cases involving wealth, land, or business get handled compared to cases involving poverty or survival. Look how long it takes to get justice, all right, if you're poor versus how quickly things move if you have resources. The court system still operates on the colonial assumption that stability matters more, how can I say, than fairness. But I could be wrong. I could just be probably talking shit out my mouth. But I've done my research, and this is just my point of view. All right. The language of the courts also carry colonial logic. Terms like this, how can I say, disorderly, all right, vagrant, trespass, and public nuisance. All right. They were originally created to control the lower class, all right, and marginalized groups. The same terms still appear in modern charges, often used to police poverty, homelessness, and protest. Right? The court system inherited a vocabulary built to criminalize anyone who didn't fit the colonial ideal. All right, of how can I say, respectable society. And even when the laws change, the mindset behind them, all right, lingers. The court still decides who is a threat and who is a citizen worth protecting, just like colonial magistrates did. But I could just be talking shit out on it. All right. For real, for real. All right. But like I said on my last live, all right, like Philly, Pennsylvania, where everything started, was nothing more than a political machine. And it's the same thing here. All right. You have to go all the way back to to the colonial blueprint, not the stories, all right, not the statues, but the architecture of power itself. All right. Colonial Philly, colonial Jersey, colonial Detroit, colonial Boston, colonial Washington. All right. Wasn't just a settlement. It was, a controlled environment designed to, funnel authority upward. The people at the top controlled land, trade courts, and, how can I say, information. The structure didn't disappear when the revolution happened. It simply changed hands. All right. The same centralized power Penn and his circle held became the foundation for the political machines that came later. The names changed, the parties changed, but the